So this is Prison Life. It's a simple prison game that I used to play. And this is Jamango, the sponsor of this video and a new game engine, in which you make games you can play on the browser, all while developing inside of the browser. So you don't need to download anything, allowing anyone with a device to pick up this engine and instantly start developing. And as I recreate Prison Life, I'll also be able to do it with no code, as to use Jamango, no code is needed. But instead, it is also powered by these custom blocks. That is a souped up Scratch system, which gives the engine the simplicity of Scratch, but the expansion of Roblox and Minecraft. But above all of that, to prove it's easy to make a game, I only have 1 week to make this game. Also proving the dev time for Jamango doesn't need to be as long as other games. And also because this game has not seen a major update since popular MMOs were popular. But before I get on to making the game, since it was a new engine, I needed to start learning it. So to start off, I explored the interface, but what was immediately the funnest part was the character selection screen, which allowed for some fun characters. So of course, I added the goat Yeet to the game. Then, with the help of Dom2's tutorial, I got him dancing a bit and looking at me. Then I got a wandering feature to get the Yeet moving around a bit more. And then the test area was starting to look like a fever dream. So after that, I kept playing around and I found the way to get a gun in, which has to be my favorite feature of Jamango, as the guns are really easy to add and instantly fun. So anyway, I started shooting Yeets after that. But after that, I allowed it to fight back with this block that spawns an enemy in that's holding a rifle. However, if you kill it, you do get an OP rifle now, as it drops the weapon. The gun was so fun, I knew I wanted to make a game around it, and decided to take a game, in this case Prison Life, and see how I could incorporate a gun inside it. Well, aside from that's the game's biggest focus already. But this time I decided to make it more of a single player experience where you would be fighting off guards, and for some reason I decided to fight prisoners as well, even though you guys probably should be teaming. But anyway, with that I had my idea. So I made a new world. Then with Jamango's building tools, I started building, making cells, and time skip, I ended up with this cell block with 2 floors and 2 different sides to it, including a couple rooms, which has a great toilet and bed. But most importantly, I coded a gun spawner for the room you spawn in, so that you would start with a pistol, and the idea being that you would leave your room to go fight and kill other prisoners. Nice. And they would drop better weapons, and then you'd maybe get onto the guards. Anyway, using the pen tool, it was actually pretty easy to just make walls and also delete them. And compared to how I would do this in Minecraft, this was a lot quicker. And using the sculpture tool, I could make a couple adjustments like sloping the staircase and making this balcony. Then another tool Jamango has to offer is this wrench tool, which has the most potential, and with this every block can have a script. And in this example, if I want to make an enemy spawn in, I can just search up interact and drag that in, and then go to NPC events and look for the thing I want. And in this case it's spawn in an enemy, and then I drag this one in, and so now when it's interacted, it spawns in an enemy just like that. And so I describe coding in Jamango just like making a sentence, and all you need is the words and you can make it. And to be honest, the prison could look even better if I had decided to use Jamango's custom blocks. And yeah, I could have actually made an actual toilet, but yeah. Yeah. Anyway, with the main cell block done, I moved on to the corridor, which didn't have much, but connected it to the canteen. And inside the canteen, there are a couple seats to indulge some prison grubbing, and a counter for where the future chefs were going to reside. I also gave it a tile instead of the grey look, which gave it a fresh asylum look. Then down the corridor on the right is the infamous police room, in which my version, a collection of rooms where the police were going to reside. As well as that, I did end up giving these rooms a wooden floor, which suited it. Then ending the tour, the most fun part of the prison, the courtyard, which if you're a prisoner, you can enjoy the bright ceiling and the taste of fresh, still air. If you're a prisoner, you can imagine this would hit. Anyway, that was the map done now. And for the next stage, I decided to actually go back to the avatars I said were cool. I wanted each enemy to have a unique playstyle. And so for the first enemy I made was going to be a brawler that just runs at you. So for this, I used the prisoner outfit and standard hair and face. Except I threw in a flamingo. Not sure why I did, but I did. Which made the first enemy for the game. Then for the next one, that was going to be using a weapon. And actually the very weapon you start with. For this one I gave it a pistol and I gave it a stash and some snorkels. I think I was thinking that the snorkels signaled better vision, but yeah, cool. Then I wanted an enemy that would be located in the cafeteria, and specifically behind the bar, and so the mango chef was made. And this time it had a sniper rifle, which when they were put behind the kitchen counter, it kind of gave them a bit of cover and they really started to act like snipers. I ended up putting some at the end of this corridor as well. Then moving on to the toughest force in the prison, the guards. This was simple as Jamango had a simple police outfit, but this time they had an assault rifle, which was quite good. And after making them, I went back to the spawn area with this assault rifle equipped and realized how OP this weapon was. So I made it so you start on the top floor and facing you were the pistol guys. So you can start off with a shootout, and then the brawlers are downstairs. So you somehow have to space out the brawlers. So after those placements, I had all the enemies all in place and a single player experience that was kind of like zombies. All of this without code and just using a couple blueprints for spawning the enemies in. And I didn't even touch the surface of its capabilities. Looking at the latest feature in props, this allows me to instantly bring my game to life with these moving objects and items, including this grenade and this launch pad, which looks sick. And I had done it in my week goal, which probably was going to be one of the quickest dev times for a game like this. If you want to find out more about Jamango, click the link in the description. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.